Welcome back, everybody, to F That Job, the place to air out your workplace grievances. I'm one of your hosts, Rashawn P.
I'm Chad.
And let's get into another episode. So today is special because we have our first in-person guest, somebody who I've known for a very long time, somebody who's actually a part of the team here, but he has like a really amazing story. It's been very inspirational. It's been very motivational for me, just seeing it and watching it grow personally myself. So it's something definitely we wanted to share with y'all. So I'd like to welcome everybody to
episode 4. Episode 4, but we that's my guys about episode 4.
That's episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah. Actually, wait, hold on, no. This is episode 5.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. First in studio.
That's right.
Guest.
That's the tripping, my bad.
Episode 5, first in studio guest. Like Rashawn said, became part of the team on the episode 3. That's why y'all see that major change in the quality of the show.
Because the shit look great.
The shit looks way better now. This is the reason why our shit is looking like a real show now.
Yeah.
Right, he is the reason why right here.
So, welcome everybody. Mr. Kyran Ashford.
Yes, sir.
Owner of Ashford Films.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, fellas? How y'all? You good? Appreciate being on the show, man.
Yeah, man. We happy to have you on the team. Happy to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Thankful that you are our first guest.
Yeah.
So, like Rashawn was saying, like he enjoyed or sitting back and watching your progress.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about your progress before, and I was just like, it makes perfect sense for you to be the first person on the show.
Yeah.
So, before we get into your actual story, I want every time we get a guest in, just tell us what was the first time you ever said F that job.
Now, before we get into that, I want to give y'all flowers for this platform and for this opportunity to be on this show. Like, y'all doing something that the city has not done. You see what I'm saying? And that's a good place because, you're already setting the trend. You're giving a different type of vibe, different type of entertainment for people to watch. You know what I mean? Because I don't care who you are. If you watching, I'm sure at one point you've been at a place in your life where you was like, F it, I'm calling it, F that job. You know what I mean? So to provide a platform for, what y'all doing to get people to speak on it, but also give some type of education on why entrepreneurship is so vital and so important. You know what I mean? That's dope. So salute to y'all real quick. I just, what I'm saying? Much respect for what y'all doing.
Appreciate it.
All right. So the first time I said F that job, it really hit me that the moment I said that, I remember being in an office at this airline job I was working at. And I was working there for about 9 years. And toward the end, toward my 9th year, it really started to build on me on, just walking out. And it got to the point where my videography business was taking off. And it was getting to the point where you talking about use your PTO, I was using that thing up like it was like it was nobody's business. And, but it started to get to a point where it was like really overwhelming. Like I was getting calls for weddings on the day that I had to, like if I got picked up on a Saturday or they mandated me on a Saturday, most weddings on like a Friday on a weekend. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not about to skip out on $3-4 grand on what, $20 an hour? Like, nah, that's not about to happen. So I will use my PTO and be up out of there. But because it happened so consistently and, gigs and big opportunities came around, I said, yeah, F that job. Like it's over. You know what I mean?
So at working for that, and I know you, and I'm sure people are gonna see this and they're gonna recognize you from somewhere.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Right? I was gonna get to that.
So I'm getting right into it.
We got a viral superstar on our hands.
We just gonna jump in. That's what we gonna do.
Because you've been out here. Yeah. This ain't your first show. You was on the Steve Harvey show.
Yeah.
You was on you just were viral on the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Didn't they use it in the commercial?
They use them in a
Yeah,
commercial.
and
We're gonna get to that because I know a little bit about the story
Yep.
behind
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And then
And
I
I don't
still
mind
see
talking
that
about- yeah.
commercial on TV.
Yep.
But I don't like.
Yep. We gonna get there,
Right,
because
right,
listen,
right.
I have yet to have an opportunity. That's why I'm grateful for this opportunity. I have yet to really like tell people what they don't know. But go ahead.
Right?
Go
and
ahead.
you also were on, was it
The Discovery Man versus Bear. Yep.
Man versus Bear? And
Yeah.
I watched that episode.
Yeah.
You know, I was there when when after you filmed it and you
Yeah.
had the big thing at the house. I came
Yep,
over to the
yep.
house
You pulled
and I
up.
watched it and I was just thinking. I remember you calling me and telling me,
Yeah.
"Yo, I'm about to be on this show against a bear."
Yeah.
I'm like,
you like.
like, yo,
First
like,
of all, why?
yeah, I'm just like,
yeah.
yo, this dude really letting this shit go to his head. Like,
Yeah.
now he out there against a bear? like, yo, like, well, I'm going to support my guy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that was crazy. And that was something that was great. That was great for the city
Yeah.
because a lot of people were watching that day. I remember
Yeah.
that day. That shit was great.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's get into the viral moment, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, you do the video,
Yep.
and that's just your personality. That's
Right.
who you are.
You know me since
I've
what?
known you since
01.
2001.
Since 2001.
So
Yes,
for
sir.
the people that's watching that don't know what we
Gotcha,
talking
copy.
about,
Yeah, yeah.
right? What was it called? Tarmac dancing?
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all pause this, open up a new window,
Yeah.
type in YouTube, watch the video. My man
Yeah.
getting busy on the
Yup.
tarmac, went viral.
Yep.
There we go. So now you know what we talking about.
Yeah. Now you caught up. Yeah.
So you do the tarmac dance.
Mm-hmm.
You post a video. It goes viral,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
What happens next?
So a famous country musician had recorded it. Now, okay, of course I'm aware that I'm being watched, but when he recorded it, he put it on his music platform. He got a huge following, just took off to the point where that night it took off so hard, he reached out to me on Facebook. He actually called me through Messenger. And he called me through Messenger. He said, hey, I know you don't know who I am, but out of respect for what's for you, you know, and everything that's going on, I think you should, you know, have your eyes open on, you know, the media and everything like that. That was before I realized, right before I realized I went viral. So he kind of kicked it off at that point. Immediately after that, I started getting phone calls. Yo, bro, you on the news? Da-da, da-da. So I go to news station. I'm seeing all over the TV, bro. Yeah. All over the TV. Since that day, what sleep? You can only imagine. There was no such thing as sleep, bro. Like, and I was, of course, reached out by radio stations and, you know, different networks and everything like that. But you best believe phone bill was through the roof because text calls, it was over, bro. Yeah. It was up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that happens. You start going viral.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your phone is jumping, the hotline blinging.
Yeah, it's over.
Right?
It's over, bro.
Now you're getting different opportunities to go talk in different places, whatever.
Yeah.
Are people asking you, yo, can you come here and do the dance?
Do the dance. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, it was different. It was definitely different things going around in the city, like different community events where they'll reach out. And I definitely tried my best to make them as much as I could, but understanding what was going on at that time, I was getting pulled in a whole bunch of different directions. You know what I mean? So now I'm kind of high off of what's going on. So, and I'm allowing it. I ain't never going to front, and I haven't even said this to anybody, like especially on the platform, but I'm allowing it to get to me because I've never experienced this before. Yeah. So you know me since 01. I've always been a calm, cool, humble dude. But when you experience something like that, you almost don't know. You don't prepare for something like that. You don't know how to handle it. You know what I mean?
No rule book.
Yeah, there's no script. All right. Number 3. Nah, there's no checklist to it. You know what I mean? So after a while, you know what I'm saying, I really started like letting it get to me. And a lot of people perceived it as if like, oh, you bougie and this and the third. So like, you know, you asked me, are people coming to ask me to dance? If I couldn't make it, you know, it was being looked at like, you know, I was too big time. Oh, you still in the city, this and the third? Like, nah, I don't even know what to do with what's going on, let alone try to act some type of way. So, but yeah, best believe, like you said, highlight blinging, I'm getting pulled all over the place.
So since it was something that happened while you was at work, how did your job react to it?
Ooh,
Like, what was they? Like, what was your supervisor like? Yo, what the fuck you out there dancing? Like, you're supposed to be.
Listen, you don't understand. I've always wanted to, and I'm trying to figure out what direction I want to go. Do I want to get crazy with it? But listen, so the
Just
minute,
tell your story. Tell your story.
just tell my story. So, boom. Now, mind you, as I'm working for an airline company, I'm working for a contractor that is contracted through this major airline company that everybody knows.
What's the name?
So nah, I didn't go.
name?
Nah, we
No,
didn't. We
listen to
didn't.
it. Go ahead.
Just say,
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a funny beat, but he can be like, but in the contractor was right. So the corporation, their marketing team loved it. Of course, that's free promo. You got this dude going viral. You know what I'm saying? And there's no damages to the plane or anything like that, as y'all see in the video. So of course, as long as there's no negative in it, they running with it. The safety department wanted they wanted my head on a stick, bro. Like they wanted to annihilate me. And especially the contract company that I was working for, they wanted me out. But the reason why, and a lot of people thought I was getting fired or got fired, the reason why it didn't go that far is when you have something like that, of that type of weight, like you don't go and fire them because of all the publicity that is going on.
it's gonna look bad on you.
Exactly. It's going not even me, because
not
that
on
would
you,
have been
but on the company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that'd have been a win-win for me. And I'm not doing it to set myself up to be fired. I'm being me, and I feel like I know that was a God-given opportunity. You know what I mean? Changed my life, my family's life. But safety department, it got to the point where the FAA, they like top level feds.
Yeah.
So they came looking for me on my day off. That's a whole nother story. We'll get into that. So like I said, the safety department, they looking for me. I'm on FaceTime. My supervisor, he hot because he a hater. He pulled me in the office talking about, we got the top dog of Jetstream. He want to talk to you. And so I'm on FaceTime with him, but you can see he trying to talk to me in a sense of, hey, you want to get to know me and this and the third, because he understands the weight of it is. He want to fire me, but he's afraid I'm going to go public with it, and that'll wipe them out. You know what I mean? So yeah, they hated it. All in all, they hated it. Certain departments hated it. You know what I mean? I got a lot of love within, certain employees or whatever. You had some who finally want to show their true colors, like to smile, man, Kyra, you're so cool. Now you see this going on is, how did he do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I went. That's how I went.
Was it so? We know the nature of the world with social media and all that other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't check for it like that. I saw your video. I peeped you when you was on shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But was it any other copycats? You get anybody else out on the tarmac trying to dance and shit? Like,
listen. So this is one. You just go, cool. Let's do it. So boom. There's this one commercial that's out, and we bleeping out. So it was a Pepsi commercial. And well after I go viral, like I was always taught there's nothing new under the sun.
yeah.
I feel like that was something, it was done before, but not to this level, not to this weight. So I feel like that was something new. But also to the point where this company create a whole commercial redoing what I did. Like, they was like, you see this video? Here's the script. Do it again, and we gonna pay you.
So we don't gotta pay that dude.
You see what I'm saying? And when I saw it, first of all, the way I found out, my guy Andre, he used to do security down at the club it ain't around no more. So, but Club Liquid down in St. Paul, real big dude, cool. And he saw it, he recorded it, and he thought it was me. But once he realized it wasn't, he put a big post up, and everybody was on it. Talk about, yo, they did my boy Kyran dirty, this and the third. So by the time
those people.
You know what I'm saying? Seen it on there. Then when I realized what was going on, I'm like, wow. Like, at first I tried to tell myself, like, man, listen, this thing's gonna happen. But nah, it really hit me. I'm like, I almost felt like which was a major opportunity. It was stolen from me. Like, how?
That's a check.
How?
Yeah.
That's a fat check.
Yeah.
What?
That
That'll
commercial's
take care
still
of
coming on TV.
Still going on.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure however they set it up, there's residuals and everything like that every time it's played.
sure.
You know what I mean? So that hurt. That, I'm not even gonna hold you. That hurt. I was like, wow. So then I'm thinking like, all right, I'm about to go to Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to find a competitor. We gonna work this out. You know what I'm saying? But it never went in that direction. And I never lost anything out of it. It was just I felt like it was lost because it came out to be like that. So
Okay. So let's talk about Ashford Films. Right?
Yeah.
The beginning.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're still working that job
Yeah.
when you started Ashford Films.
Yes.
So
yes.
so let's go back to the beginning of
Yeah.
Ashford Films.
Okay.
Now I might be jumping the gun.
Now go ahead and we'll.
I was gonna say, so you mentioned in the beginning when I asked you what was the first time you said after that job, you said that you was taking PTO to work on Ashford Film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
was
So
it?
bring back to- yeah.
I'll just let you go ahead because I feel like I'm jumping the gun. I'm
It's
getting
all
ahead of
good because I
myself,
feel
but
like it's gonna flow
it's
right
gonna
into
flow
that.
right into
Yes, sir.
it. So
Yes, sir. But
I'm gonna
you
step back.
No, you
I'm
good.
gonna let you tell your story.
No,
let
you
you
good.
tell-
You're on the right track. Definitely on the right track. I love this. So boom. So like you said, bring it back to how Ashford Film started while I'm working there. Ashford Film started in May of 2017, and all I had was my iPhone. I always wanted to get into filmmaking. I always wanted to do, create movies and skits and documentaries and storytell. You know what I mean? That was my number one reason why. The blessing that came out of it was for the fact I was able to create a business out of it. I never really looked at it like that. I just wanted to, create stories. So once I found a way to create a business out of it, it just, took off. So this is going on. I've been working at the airport since 2013. 2012. 2017, I start my business. And all the way up until actually September 30th will be my first full year, you know what I'm saying, doing this full time. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. So but last year it got to, like I said, it got to the point where it got overwhelming in a great way. And I was just like, you know what? F that job, because I'm not going to continue to stress myself about how I'm gonna take these gigs and make sure I keep them happy.
Yeah.
Because they just want to be happy. They don't care who I am.
Right.
And because I'm their employee-wise, their biggest asset, of course they don't want me to go anywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? It got so to the point where when I finally, because I kind of teased them here and there as far as like me leaving, they like, yeah, all right, you ain't going nowhere. But when it really like hit home, it got to the point now as a contractor, you don't get flight benefits. Now all of a sudden I'm getting offered flight benefits. Now all of a sudden I'm getting, you know how certain jobs you get your annual raise, like on certain percentage? Yeah. I capped out like 2-3 years prior to this. So I'm making the same, I'm doing more. They want me to be a supervisor, but I can't make no more. Yeah. But me not thinking I'm taking on this responsibility because my work ethic or whatever. But it got to the point where now they giving me a $5-6 raise. Like now all these benefits coming from?
They offering that to you when you come in and tour them and saying, yo,
and telling them I'm out. Yeah. Now the big wigs is flying in, they like, yo, we got this for you, we can't lose you, da-da-da. That's to me, that's modern day slavery. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's almost like a slap in the face. It's like you could have been did this. You could have gave me the raise, even though I was capped out.
Exactly.
You gave me these flight benefits. You could have did all of this. But now when
and that's if they could, especially with the flight benefits, because I almost believed them. You talk about some flight benefits, I could use this for my business and take off. But I'm like, nah, this too good to be true. Like, I've been signed up to stay longer or decided to stay longer, and here it is, it don't exist, and now I'm miserable because, you know what I mean? Or however that would have worked out. Yeah. But you was right about to say something.
I think I was gonna say, so they're giving you all of these different benefits now. They're giving you, the things that they could have gave you like, in the beginning. Like, how did that make you feel? Like, man, like you say, it's like, oh, it's kind of like slavery, like modern day slavery. But it's like, how did that? And then, not even just you. What about the other people you were working with? When they saw that, what was the reaction of?
You know what, my boy, shout out to my boy Dwayne, Dwayne James. He would tell me for the longest, because he was there. We both got hired on the same day. He ended up leaving like a year or two prior to me, but he would tell me all the time, like, yo, they just using you, bro. Like I was really going to work, really trying to. I'm one of those where I'm trying to be employee of the month, not to like shine over it, but that's just who I am. Anything I'm trying to
do your best at everything.
Yeah, that's it. So when, as far as other employees, like you had some that kind of back me up. You had some that was really like, hating on what's going on. Like, how is he getting offered this and how is he getting offered that? Like, we do the same thing, but it's only one me. You know what I mean? But it again, it got to that point where it was like, nah, if I fall for this, like I'm going to be the stupid one. Like, don't fall for this because they don't care about you at all. They just need you in this position to make it easier for them so their operation can run. They're painting the picture as if I do leave, their corporation is going to crumble. That thing's still going on.
No, that's still going on.
So they just need another body. They won't have another me because it's only one me. That's what anybody working a job and you giving it all. It's only one you, but they're going to find another body and they're going to keep it going. So once I really got that in my mind, I said, yo, F that job. I'm out.
They
The
just don't
next
want to.
day-
They just don't want to have to train somebody else, and they don't want to miss out on an
don't want
employee
none of that.
who's gonna work so hard and
They don't
work
wanna
as hard
do-
as you.
They don't want to do none of that.
because they don't know the
Because
next
you
person
can't train that.
Yeah, you can't
What I
train
brought to
that.
the table, that's like you can be
work
trained to,
ethic,
you know what I'm saying? You got to be cut a certain different way, a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying, to produce on that level. That's why I was the man at the airport and was able to make all that noise because of who I am, not how I was trained by them. There was nothing in the manual to say to be like this.
Yeah, and shout out Dwayne too.
Yeah.
we in High Quality People Studios. If y'all watch episode 3, that's Quentin James. That's
Yep,
his big brother.
that's his brother,
We used
yep.
to have all of his paintings up here. We borrowed them for one episode of an old podcast and never gave them back, but I guess he came and got them.
Dwayne, if you're watching, you heard him. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
But
call him up.
we got to get Dwayne on the show too. We gotta get him
Yeah,
on the
most
show.
definitely.
But
Yeah.
So let's just put our emphasis more on Ashford Films.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
Okay. What was the first paid gig that you
Wow,
got?
great question.
even before the paid gig,
Yep, I'm going to get to that. Yep.
like I want to get into that, but
Mm.
what was the first idea? Like, what was the first thing that stood out in your head and was like, this is what I want to do? How am I going to make this happen? Like, did you go out and buy a bunch of equipment? Did you go out and
Good
like
question, yeah.
start like what did you like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you do?
'Cause
Like,
that leads up to my first pay gig. So,
Correct.
so again, before the business, you know, I always wanted to like story tell. I always would be like with my friends or my daughter at the time and just make little videos or whatever. I really just enjoyed doing it. That was just my thing I like to do. But as I started to research and find out that I could turn this into a business, again, all I had was my phone. That's all I think it was an iPhone 7 Plus. That's it. And at the time I was staying over by Dewey and I would go to my barbershop over there and shout out my guy Quick Main Event. At the time I was getting cut by him and I'm in the barbershop looking to do like a little commercial for him. And but I'm sitting there for like an hour and a half, shook, like nervous on how to approach him, how to ask him, because again, I'm in my own way as far as feeling discouraged for the fact that I just have a phone, but I know this is what I want to do. So I'm sitting there, I finally just had the guts to ask him. I asked him, of course, he said yes with no hesitation. It was a quick $25 job. That was the haircut he was cutting. It was $25. So all he did was just get at me, you know what I mean? But again, when it came down to work ethic, it was more than just me recording. Like when you really enjoy doing something, like you're not even looking at how you're doing it. You just loving it. You just into it. You know what I'm saying? You making the best of it. Got that back. Of course, he loved it. Not just for the fact it was a quick little easy $25 project, but he saw like when you see somebody enjoying doing what they're doing, like it gives it more value. Yeah. So yeah, that was my first paid gig, and that's all I had equipment wise. But since that day, I hit the ground running. It's a beautiful feeling when you could think about what you want to do, but when you complete that thing, like when you see yourself doing it, like yo, I did it. I overcame whatever obstacles I created in my mind. Because can't nobody make you not do it. Like they can't stop you. So once you got over you, I said, it's up. I said, I gotta keep going. We was doing like little youth football games and a couple other barbershop stuff, and all I had was my phone. But I kept stacking my bread, $25 here, $50 here, $70 here, $30 here. Just kept stacking and just was believing that as long as I stay consistent, as long as I do not stop, I'll be able to get a stabilizer for my phone now. I can get this. Everything we shoot now is, you see what I'm saying? Now I need help with equipment because I did not quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how it came about, man.
You said something in the beginning there about that whole process of getting that first $25.
Yeah.
I don't want people to miss over. you almost got in your own way. You said you sat there for what, an hour?
Yep.
After you got your hair cut.
Just look at what that fight looked like.
Just going back and forth with yourself to ask a simple question like, yo, bro, can I film you cutting this? You know what I mean? For you, can I do something for you? Can I offer some value to you and your business? Because you've been giving me value and getting me fresh over this time.
Man.
Like, and of course, you know what I mean? Like, of course he said, like, how many people out there right now got an idea or got a skill or got a gift that they ready to give to the world, but the only thing that's stepping in front of you is you.
But
I mean, I done personally been in that position multiple times where like and not pulled the trigger. And just sat there on my hands like, man, I probably could have did that. Like, and all I had to do was just open my mouth.
That was it. And what was it? So again, in regards of me saying F that job, one of my biggest problems was how much time and energy I invested into that job and used that as an excuse on why I really can't take off. Because keep in mind, when I had to get to a point to say F that job. So what was going on for the longest before then? You know what I mean? How long was this idea sitting? Years, bro. Years. Again, like I said, before the business end, I just want to film it and I needed time to do it. But I'm exhausted after waking up 3 o'clock in the morning, rush there at 4, late every day because I'm tired, clocking out at 12. That's if they don't make me do a double till 6 p.m. What time I got left? And I still got a family. What time is for me? You know what I mean? So I sat with my wife and I prayed with her and I talked with her. I said, yo, this is what I want to do. She said, if this is what you want to do, I'll never forget. She's like, if this is what you want to do, just promise me one thing. Do not waste this family time. Now, immediately, I'm not going to front. Naturally, I'm like, what you mean? But I had to arrest that and really understand what she was saying. Like, first of all, I don't even want to waste my time. So, and if this is who I'm doing this for and I'm trying to take it to new levels, I can't waste the time. So if I was looking for something, baby, you can do it. Just go ahead and... It's a dub for that. She was real. Straight up, don't waste his family time. And it was what I needed to hear. Not what it shouldn't have been what I wanted to hear. It was what I needed to hear. So again, like before I said F that job, just think about how long it's just been sitting on my mind and my heart to do what I want to do. But I was so passionate about being an airline worker and I went viral. Now I got more of a reason to stay because they love me. But is this what I'm supposed to be the legendary for the rest of my life, the gate agent he scans the tickets the best. Like the way he makes the announcements, I want him. Now, I built a real good reputation out of it, which was dope for what that was, but that still doesn't outweigh what I love doing now. You know what I mean? Now my kids can watch me be my own boss, make my own schedule, do what I want to do, and I'm showing them through action that they can do it too.
Let me ask you that because you've been on TV a few times. You went viral. Your kids think you cool?
You best believe it. My daughter, it's crazy. My daughter Aaliyah, when she was here last episode, she was like, Mad Random, she was like, Dad, I told my friends at school that my dad was on the Steve Harvey show. I was like, all right, so what they say? She was like, one girl was hating, but the other girl, she was like, she thought it was so cool. And I was just like, yeah, that's my dad. I was like, so I must be cool. I mean, you talk about me, but think about it, that's a beautiful thing.
Is a beautiful
she could
thing,
be saying, yeah, my dad locked up. My dad, he's not in my life. He dead over some nonsense. You see what I'm saying? I was like, I had to tell her like, slow it down, like it's all good, but I'll take that any day. So yeah, I guess they do think I'm cool. And it's a blessing seeing them watch me on TV in this light, not on the news because of, you know what I mean? They think I'm cool. They think I'm cool.
I always wanted to ask you. So you said you were shooting, in the beginning, you were shooting on an iPhone.
Just a phone, right? Yep.
All right. So then you upgrade to the camera.
Yeah.
What made you make that switch?
You know,
I mean, obviously, I know you probably wanted to. Like nobody.
Right. Actually, I didn't. I didn't want to at first. One thing I'm still working on is, being in certain comfort zones. You know what I mean? And I would think I wouldn't have to worry about that if I'm where I am right now and still excelling. But once I really mastered what you can do with a phone, I was like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? We watch a lot of stuff on YouTube and TV that iPhones really do have a lot to do with, but I let that get to my head thinking like, that's all I need. Like, I don't need none of this. Like, I'm straight. So shout out to Rocky B. She told me, she was like, because I used to work with her on her talk show she used to have a while back, and she was like, you know, what you doing is dope, but like, you know, at what point do you do more? And I got offended. I'm like, I'm good where I'm at. I'm good. Like, I'm straight. I don't want to do nothing else. But it got to the great questions, because it got to a point where I had a business meeting with a guy, and we were sitting at the table. He saw my work on my iPhone, but he don't know I'm shooting with an iPhone at the time. He see my work. He like, yeah, it's a real big conference that's coming up. I would love for you to shoot it. Now I'm nervous because I'm still warring in my mind about what I'm shooting with. So I'm telling him everything that I'll have to offer. But I'm still telling myself, like, he see the end product. He shouldn't care what I'm bringing. He just need the results.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? So it got to the point where we're close to the deal. He bring the cash out of his pocket. He put it on the table, and he's sliding it to me as he's sliding me the cash. He's like, so just out of curiosity, like, what you shoot with, man? Because it's basic. I'm like, as I'm reaching for, I'm like, yeah, I shoot with I shoot with an iPhone 7 Plus. He was like, oh. Brought the bread back. He said, you shoot. I was like, so now look at me. I'm reaching for it. I'm like, Rashad, I'm like, my hand's empty. Like, stuck. You shoot with what? I shoot, and I'm studying there. Everything was flawless up to now. I'm like, yeah, you know, I shoot with a phone, but, you know, the way I shoot with it, he's like, nah. He's like, you must not understand the type of platform this is, and I can't have you walking in with a phone. He did this, he's like walking in with a phone, doing this. In my mind, now I'm mad, because you telling me how I shoot, and I don't shoot like that. You're not going to do that. Now I want to fight. Now I'm trying to bring it back to, you know what I mean? I'm stuck, and I'm uncomfortable. And he's like, and like I said in my mind, I'm like, that's not how I shoot with it, but I can't make you, how do you bring it back to where it was? You know what I mean? And this dude got his bread. He got his bread put in his pocket and left. And I'm just sitting there like, hurt. I'm hurt. But after a while, feelings, they come and go. And I really thought about what happened. I was like, yo, that was really the biggest, especially now, that's the biggest blessing I've ever experienced, because that was my moment to see if I was going to break and quit. Mm-hmm. He didn't tell me to quit, but am I going to use how I feel to quit? You know, what that mean for my kids? You know what I mean? We always say we do what we do for our kids. What you going to do for your kids when you feel like quitting?
And that situation kind of comes back, makes me puts in my mind what your wife said to you. Mm-hmm. Don't waste his family's time.
That applies to that too.
Because like if you quit at that point, everything you did up until then is just like, for what? Like your wife and your kids are looking at you like, Daddy, remember when you used to try to be out there? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Now I thought that business deal hurt. That's gonna hurt.
And now when you try to start up again, now you gotta. It brings me to something that my coach told me a while ago. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for almost 10 years now. Yeah. Now I remember after one competition, I had lost all this weight.
Gloss over that for a second. Mm-hmm. You've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 10 years, so I need y'all to know, like, don't try it
at all.
Don't try it.
Or you're done.
Don't try
you probably know about pressure points. I ain't even know.
After a competition, he was like, yeah, like I had lost all this weight. I had won the competition. He was like, yeah, you know, he's like, just don't. What was his exact? I can't remember exact words. I'm paraphrasing, mm-hmm. But he was like, don't make the same sacrifices more than once. He was like, you go out there, you diet, you miss hanging out with your girlfriend, your family, your son, to come in and train. You're doing cardio and strength training. Mm-hmm. You're not eating what your family eating because you're trying to get down on weight, mm-hmm. And then build on that. Because all those sacrifices you made, if you fall off the wagon, now you got to go back and make those same sacrifices again, and you starting from square one again. You got to. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Same thing your wife was saying, basically in a different way. But
you can't.
If you would have let that situation break you, now you just wasted all of that time, and now eventually that passion is in you. You know you fuck with the filmmaking and. Yeah. Storytelling, and now you got to start all over again. And now everybody looking at you sideways, like, oh, here we go with this shit.
Yep. Because people respect results. Yeah. Like, I'm sure there's people out there who don't like my videos, but they see me all the time.
You're consistent.
You got no choice but to respect that. Like, people respect other people's grind. Every time you blink or you hear some type of advertisement with the Astro Films, like, I'm going to make sure I get on your nerves with it. That's my mindset, because first of all, there's no other way of doing it. Like I have to be consistent. And I can't worry about how other people receive it if it's annoying or oh, here you go posting again. Why am I allowing what I think they're thinking to stop me? Yeah. And that'd be a problem too. I wonder what they're gonna say. Forget what they're gonna say.
I say fuck them niggas.
For real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I really got mad for a minute because I remember being at that place where I was too worried about what people are thinking and what I think they're thinking. Like, who told me to think like that? Yeah. Who told me to create that? And here I am letting it hold me up. Every blue moon, I think about how much further I could be if I would have started earlier. I'm grateful where I'm at right now, so if I hold on to that, I'll be slowing myself up. Man, Lord, man, thank you for allowing me to be where I'm at right now. Thank you for allowing me to show people that you can start from whatever you got and just take off. Just go. Doors got no choice but to open up. They have to.
I can
you know what I mean?
I can understand that because, you know, starting with music, right?
Yeah.
When I first started doing music, it was way back, like not long after we met, you know, a little after high school.
Yeah. What was your first booth?
People
People
was going like, you know, like I would put something out. I had a song where I put a CD together. This is back when we had CDs, and I was putting CDs together, and I was handing them out to people, and they were like, "Oh, you want to be a rapper? Everybody's a rapper."
Yeah.
But my mindset back then was never like, you know, I've never been somebody who was heavy on what everybody else thinks. Especially when I had the confidence in myself to keep going. So
that's what I lacked at the time.
Hey, everybody wants to be a rapper. I'm like, well, what if everybody can rap?
There you go. I love that. I love that. Yeah.
What if everybody had a potential to make a dope album and everybody just got one? Right? So like we discarded that?
Yeah.
Like, so like having that confidence in yourself and then knowing like, yo, like, forget what they saying. Like, I don't care what they talking about. Like, I know what I can do and I believe in me. So I'm going to keep going.
And if you have an immature ear, you'll hear that and take that as arrogance and prideful and, oh, you self-centered, this and the third. No, because the world really don't care about you. You got to be heavy on yourself like no other. You know what I mean? And for somebody who don't understand that type of confidence is going to look at you funny because of how you are supposed to feel about you. You can't depend on people. People come and go. People die. Like that's just what happens. Like people up and leave. People, you know, mistreat you. They're going to do what they want to do. What are you going to do for you on a consistent basis? And who are you going to surround yourself with to when you do feel low? Because we still natural human beings. What do you do about it then? Because when you feel good, everything good. What do you do about when times is hard and you're not really as confident as you? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna talk to? You know what I mean?
Which is perfect to the next question, right? So, you started with the iPhone and you start upgrading your material. Right? And then like the phone going crazy, you getting bookings from here and here and there. You're still working at the job at this time. So you're balancing your job and your passion, which is your own business that you're doing, right? And you said it's getting overwhelming, but in a good way, right? Well, what are you doing for self-care at that time to make sure that you good? To make sure that you're straight.
Yeah, especially with the balancing and family. You know, you're getting stretched. Because at that point, you're kind of getting stretched thin. I imagine as you getting stretched thin with family, work.
I'm putting myself on the back burner. That's exactly what I'm doing at that time. And I have not realized it. I'm sure it had to hit me at one point because, you know, I'm more in tune with self-care. But I'm really realizing and looking at what I was doing to myself at that time because, I'm sabotaging myself, bro. That's a great question. What I'm doing at that time is I'm trying to make sure, because I'm still high off this job, meaning like I'm trying to be the best, you know what I mean? I built the name. I'm trying to live up to this name, you know. But now I found a new passion. I'm trying to make sure I make room for that too. Both of those, the job alone, 8 hours a day at least. That's that. That's a good, what's that, a third of the day? I'm booked. Depending on the booking, it could be a wedding, it could be something short. That's still time. That's still, you know what I'm saying, equipment that got to be lugged here and there, this and the third. We ain't even mentioned the family yet. So now what does my time look like with my family? As soon as I sit down,
Was you exhausted, tired, no energy for
I'm
it?
done.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about self-care. So now what do I look like for me? You know what I mean? I'm just beat up, I'm frustrated and everything like that. But I'm allowing pride to, wow, it's really just hit me. I'm allowing pride to not allow me to admit that something got to get cut out because I love this job, but I love what I do. But I got a family I better take care of, and I have to be in shape for them.
Yeah.
First, something got to go. So now this idea of, not even idea, at this time I'm doing Ashford Films, but I'm hesitant on letting this job go and it's getting to the point where it's like, yeah, you gotta let it go. So when I finally got to that point and I said, F that job, I said, you know what? I said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Like this is getting to the point where it's consistent. And with videography, it does fluctuate.
Yeah.
Like wintertime coming, things might slow down. A lot of stuff gonna be in house, whatever. But it was just really, it came down to the decision of, okay, am I gonna believe that God is gonna continue to open up doors as long as I keep my foot on the pedal? But to the level of me leaving this job so I can have more time to do so and have more time for my family. Now my faith is being tested like on a whole nother level. And again, that's why you gotta, man, listen, you have to have a strong woman that's rocking with you. And I'm grateful of her. Talk with her, pray with her. She said, do it. Something about women, when they put that battery in your back, it's up. Like it's over.
A woman can make you do anything.
Man, I'm telling you.
I mean,
I'm
I've
telling
seen
you.
people
It's
do
the
crazy
truth.
things.
It's the truth, man.
I've done crazy things.
Yeah.
So it's like,
No, for real, for real.
like, yo, why am I over here? He's
Yo.
I mean, he's probably I walk on this porch, there's a bunch of niggas over here, and I came over here because
Yo.
she told me to come.
Because
Why am
And
I
I'm
an
here.
hour away in a trailer park with a knife in my boob? Yo.
this is not my bed. This is not my bed. But I'm telling you. And again, when she put that battery in my back, I remember writing my 2 weeks up, and that's when the job really took me serious at the time. That's when all of a sudden, now you got these big wigs flying in. At that particular time, it was a lot of stuff going on with the company where like corporate had to fly in, but they happened to be in at the time when I was leaving. So when they caught wind, I ain't tell them, but when they caught wind, oh, so we're here and you're leaving. I'm like, here we go. I said, yeah, you know, I'm going. It's about time for I really always want to pursue entrepreneurship and do my thing. Well, you know, is it? I mean, it is possible to do both things. I'm like, maybe it is, but it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? And it just took on from there. And I was just like, it's time to go. It's time to go. I put my 2 weeks in. My last date was supposed to be October 1st. And when the 30th comes, you ever get ready to leave a job and you got 1 day left, you're like, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Like, why am I coming in on that? F that job.
For real.
F that job.
Once you put your 2 weeks in, it's like, because then they really want you to be working during that 2 weeks. Like, no, this is just like a courtesy. Like, I really quit when I gave you that 2 weeks.
Bro,
Like,
exactly.
I was really done.
Quit 2 weeks before that.
Somebody said, I'm sure y'all heard this before. I don't know if it was the meme. Somebody said, why we got to put it in 2 weeks when we get ready to leave a job? But if they want to get rid of us, they just, you're done. Like, since when? And that speaks volumes. I don't owe y'all that. Like, I'm not going to jail if I leave right now. I'm out of here. Yeah. I'm out of here because y'all focus is not on me. It's not on me. And for what I've done at this job, I made y'all look real good. It benefited me in some ways. I built a lot of really, really great connections with employees, and you know what I'm saying. You best believe I wasn't stupid. I built all my connections, so I still got my buddy pass buddies, you know what I'm saying, on the side. Like, I wasn't leaving until I locked them in. But at the same time, I was like, yo. We're going to fly to Aruba. We'll be right back. But yeah, it was time to go, bro. It was time to go. So I got myself and I was out.
So I got a question, right? And this is for everybody, all the entrepreneurs out there, all the aspiring entrepreneurs out there. Because me personally, being an aspiring entrepreneur, there's a lot. I mean, you said a lot. You done dropped a lot of gems. You done gave a lot of good insight on the mindset and the process of how do you get to the point where you're getting ready to leave. How do you work through leaving a job and all that other stuff. But as far as the business part is concerned, and if this gets a little bit too personal or whatever,
nah, we good. Yeah.
What are the practical steps you took to starting your business?
Some of the steps I took starting my business, May 5th, 2017 is when I solidified it paperwork-wise. Went downtown, did the paperwork, got my DBA for Ashford Films. And even doing that, I felt like, it took me too long to do because I was, up until that point, I'm like, yeah, this is what I really want to do. And I started thinking about, as I started to educate myself on making it a legit business, I'm like, I'm not the only Ashford, and I'm sure there's some other Ashfords out there that, I don't never want to think I'm the only one. So let me go do this now. Thankfully, my name was available and I was good to go. Other than that, yes, insurance, from equipment being insured, to all the works, yeah. Bells and whistles is up to date.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I've seen, as far as your content, the things that you produced, I've seen you do music videos.
Yeah.
I've seen you do social media content. I've seen you do commercials. I've seen you do other types of advertisement. I've seen you do all type of stuff, weddings,
I think he was working on, like, I don't know if it was a movie or a short film or something like that. Was it with Turbo or something like that?
Yep. We got quite a few. Shout out to my brother Turbo Turbsky. Definitely check out his work. But yeah, we definitely got we've cooked up a lot of stuff, and we got more stuff going. He always stayed ready to be in front of the camera, and like I said, with me wanting to tell stories, he's in the acting.
Yeah.
Just go and create, you know what I mean? So it's very good to start from that point. But I'm looking to do more of that, you know what I mean? And I can't lie, I find myself being stuck with, I got all the resources, I got the equipment, I got the people I'm connected with, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of support, but there's times where I still, now, remember when I said I allowed my job to be in my way in regards to filmmaking? Now, I'm allowing the business end, I'll admit, I'm allowing the business end to be in my way to freely create. And within this last week, I finally just got out. Like, I had these couple weeks off, no bookings. I did some heavy bookings to, carry me over. But now I have free time. I'm like, yo, this is my chance. Just go out. I don't care if I'm filming The Duck. Come on, Quack, let's go. Go on, get it going. You know what I mean? Just go out and just do it. You know what I mean? So that's finally the wave I've been on. But I'm trying to stay in that aggressive mindset of just do it because this is how I started doing it. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking about the business. I just want to freely create. I had to go back to what I love doing so I don't feel like I'm working a job again. You know what I mean? And I've been finding myself in that place because, oh man, all right, I got another booking. But I don't never want to feel exhausted about it or overwhelmed. Like, go back to my why. You know what I mean? That'll keep my fire going to do, the business end. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
So what's next for Ashford Film?
What's next as in long term, Ashford Films will be the next Tyler Perry Studios. It will be Ashford Studios. It will be Ashford Studios. I will have my team of cinematographers and my editors and my creative writers and my audio engineers and my actors and my actresses and my directors. I will have all of that out, everything under that umbrella. That will happen. And I don't want to put a timestamp on it. I just want to do just what I did as starting this business and just stay consistent until it happens. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes if I put a time limit on it and I don't meet that deadline, I feel like I failed. Maybe it wasn't time for it.
Yeah.
Who's to say it wasn't? It was supposed to happen next month or next year. You know what I mean? So that's what's next on a long term end. Anything that's in arm's reach. Right now, I'm calling up random people who's into like modeling and just doing like little shorts. Like I just did one with Turbsky where I had them have like 3 or 4 different outfits. We went to 3 or 4 different locations. And I just made a quick little montage, put some music on it. It was fire.
Yeah.
A boutique or a clothing store might see that, or some agency might see that. You know, they clothing line. They're like, yo, could you do something like, you see what I'm saying? Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I think I seen something on TikTok that inspired me to do it. But yeah, right now I'm just creating while the business is rolling.
So before we start, because I feel like we're starting to wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up, the other day we were shooting an episode, and right when we was leaving, you said some real fly shit that you thought we didn't catch for Sean Carter. I just want to throw it out there again. I just want to throw it out there again so the people know what kind of level you on.
Yeah.
All right. So we was in there talking. You was like, "What did you say?" You said, "I just got back from doing my first what? What'd you do? What'd you do? What you was doing? Where was you at? What'd you do?
What you did?
Yo, I had a You just go give it to him. I in June I did my first international booking in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Montego Bay, Jamaica, and that was that topped it all. Of course, I don't know when I'll be able to top that, but that did it. Shout out to my homie, my client, one of my good friends from school, Alexis Burgess. She booked me, and shout out to her business too, One Love, One Way. She is
It's a really dope business. I've
been
peeping,
yep.
I've been seeing
And she got real quick. She got some workshops coming up. She got one actually tomorrow where it's a support group for those who've been incarcerated and for families who have people, and for people who have family members or friends that are incarcerated, so to be able to have a safe haven to speak on it. And but primarily she does transportation. So she has her own van, One Love, One Way van, and for people who want to go visit, people's in jail, she'll take them out there.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? That's
fire.
That's fire.
Yeah, especially for people who need to go out and visit family. They don't got no transportation.
Yes.
They don't got the money for no bus ticket.
She provides that.
That's
You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful.
Service,
And she used that as a tool to be able to connect with people and really bond with people. So, boom! Shout out to her. And that was my client for Montego Bay. She had a cousin that was celebrating her 40th birthday, and she flew me down there. Alexis flew me down there to surprise her as her personal videographer for 6 days straight. Dope. She flew me out there. She flew my wife out there, paid for everything, plus the project.
Yesterday's price, that $500 across the table, is not today's price. You got to fly my man out.
Swear to God.
And his wife.
Swear to God.
Kids too on some occasions. Sometimes mom and
you
dad.
You about to start when you do this. You about when Rashad do this, he about to be like, hold on.
Because it's the perfect full circle moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She flew you out there 6 days. You and your wife, right?
Yeah.
Flight benefits, dog.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Look how that came around. Look at that's a fact.
Yo, that's a
never even seen it on
that.
that. Wow.
In the
So
episode.
you still got the benefits after you left the job and started doing your own thing.
Wow.
Hey, man, I don't got nothing else to say.
That's perfect, yo. I hope y'all got some gems out of this one because, hey, man, we really started this as a be like edutainment kind of way. You know what I mean? Like, give y'all some good stories, some funny stories, and hopefully y'all catch a couple gems. These last 2 episodes been full of gems. I hope y'all done got your notebooks out. I hope y'all done let this fill up y'all heart and motivate y'all and energize y'all to go out and really say, F that job, man.
That's a fact. You funny, bro.
That's crazy. I just love to see that full circle moment.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey, man. Listen, y'all, if y'all got stories, we want to hear them stories again. So, hit us on the DM, like, subscribe, every channel. We got the Facebook, we got the YouTube, we got the Twitter, we got the Instagram, everything. Follow us everywhere. Click the bell for the notifications.
Like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell us about, just give him his props and flowers because this is an amazing story what he's doing.
Make sure you follow Ashford Films.
Make sure you follow Ashford.
All of his links and everything will be right attached to this video.
Description.
So
probably right here when I edit the whole thing. You see all that?
He gonna put it in
we'll
this
do that
episode
tonight.
But as I always say, use your PTO
and call in.
F that job.
F with us.
F with us.